Hi, welcome to a fresh update here on the channel. Today's video is about Jack Silvagni. We have three fresh updates. First, Jay Clark has reported that Jack Silvagni met with Brad Scott at the home of Brad Scott last week as he continues to weigh up a move. It was also reported via Riley Beveridge on the Gettable show that the Western Bulldogs were interested in Jack Silvagni. That seems to be the third club now that has shown clear interest. As it stands right now, Silvagni has met with Collingwood, Essendon. He's yet to meet with the Western Bulldogs based on what we are seeing in the media. So that's another interesting one there. Two of the biggest club rivals that he's met with as he looks for potentially a new home or potentially the best deal for himself. Secondly, we've covered the Craig McRae, Michael Voss comments. McRae was actually asked whether or not he would go on a second date with Jack Silvagni, whether he had gone on a second date with Jack Silvagni, and this is how he replied.
A second date with Jack Silvagni?
Oh, look, I'll leave that alone. I haven't, but I'll leave it alone. I think I've said enough. I'm pretty happy to be transparent in that situation, but leave it up to others now.
Is that in relation to Vossi's comments? Did he get in touch with you about that? Or?
No. I'm really comfortable just to remain true to the coach I want to be, and for this footy club and how I represent our players and our staff and our and the way we want to continue to grow. So I'll stay there.
Not quite the backtrack, but also I think he is just putting out some of the flames that caused. That obviously was very sensitive for Carlton supporters and Carlton people alike. I've got to say the reaction to this story, it's quickly become one of the stories of 2025 from a Carlton perspective. And then finally, we actually got an update from Sam Docherty, who kind of, I don't know, you listen to this and you tell me what you think when you hear Sam Docherty's take on the situation.
Jack Silvagni, will he stay or will he go?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't even think he truly knows, if I'm honest. It's he's got a lot to work through in the back end of the year. He's one of my good friends, yeah. And he's got to make a number of decisions over the back end of the year. What's right for him, what's right for his family, and then he's got to weigh up the club and where they're at and everything that's happening in the back end of the year, and then where he sees his future. He's in one of those really fortunate positions. I think he's about 28. It's probably one of the last big contracts that you get in AFL. Mm-hmm. He's got a young family. Ultimately, he's, I hope, as a player that's moved on now, I hope he makes the best decision for him, whether that's at the football club or not. I hope that having been through my fair share of you never know what's around the corner, sign himself up to a long-term deal and take care of his family.
Interesting. So for me, I think once I listened to Sam Docherty's take there, it kind of, it's been reinforced over the last couple of weeks. My initial reaction to the idea of Jack Silvagni leaving was, it can't happen. We need him, Carlton man, loyalty, legacy, the fabric. Like I was there. And then pretty quickly I've realized this is just a job for most, if not all of them. Obviously the club loyalty is important and being a one club player is important. But the reality is you're in the game for such a short amount of time in your life. You make the most of it. And, especially when you have a young family. I think the young family part is the one that just hits home for me. You've just had a child. The club you want to stay at for the rest of your career isn't offering what the other clubs are offering. You got to look out for yourself. I think the other part to it is, does Jack really believe that Carlton is going to be worth staying around for? I would guess, if it was me, I would take a little bit less if I had confidence that there would be team success. But I just get this sense now that with players not sure if they want to stay, not sure what they want to do, other players not also expressing interest and frustration. I think it's just giving us a window into the environment that's currently there. But nonetheless, that's the latest update. What do you make of any of these updates? Share with us in the comments below, and we will continue to track this story every single step of the way. Speak to you soon. Go Blues.